Journey Through Parenthood with Martina Bills.
Brought to you by Southern Ohio Medical Center. Very good things are happening here.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Martina Bills. Thanks for joining us here on Journey Through Parenthood on the WSAZ Now Desk. Well, if you're like many people right now, allergy season, those itchy, watery eyes, sneezing, coughing, it can be a lot. And I'm not an allergy sufferer, but I know from everyone I work with and am around, people are suffering. So we are talking to Bryce Wild, a functional medicine expert, a little bit about how you can kind of heal your body from the inside out to really help with those allergies.
If you're an allergy sufferer and you know you are, and you've got those symptoms, and I'm with you, unfortunately, in the lucky camp, but over 22 years of clinical experience helping those with allergies. And, I thought, Martina, I'd start with this example of the simple anatomy of histamine. I mean, we reach for over-the-counter antihistamines because of this notorious mast cell represented by this balloon here, right? So if we go ahead and pop this angry balloon, we're going to see all this glitter go everywhere, and that's ultimately histamine. And what we're talking about today is natural ways we can ultimately reduce the chances of that mast cell blowing up in the first place.
Yeah, so Bryce, can you really develop allergies later in life? Because I know it's something people all of a sudden are like, wait, I didn't think I had allergies.
You really can. And it's due to two big reasons. A, the change in hormones as we age. So for a female, the decline in estrogen, for a male, the decline in testosterone. And also our bodies just over our lifetimes become less adapted to things that they've always found, strange or unusual, and start to experience vehement response like release of histamine vis-a-vis some simple benign things in our environment. It's like a confused immune system. So as we age, the more confused our immune systems get.
Okay, so Bryce, talk a little bit about other health issues. People may think they're healthy and why do I have these allergies, but other health issues may come into play.
Absolutely. And a big one, you might have heard of this, leaky gut syndrome. So forgive me here, I'm going to give you another sort of analogy visual. This is a sieve. And our guts are like sieves. They're supposed to be semi-permeable to allow things like proteins and carbohydrates and fats to get through, but selectively permeable. Now, if I show you this drill here, this guy represents sugar, too many fast foods, processed oils, and gluten for some people. And if I start pummeling the gut, with all kinds of those bad things, it's no longer a sieve. It's just entirely destroyed. That is leaky gut syndrome. And unfortunately, this plagues North America due to the reasons I described. Now, there's some things we can do about that. And the number one is maybe avoiding histamine or elevated histamine in our diet. So it is in our cells and it releases when we have allergies and seasonal allergies. It's also found in our foods. Get this, even some healthy foods. So I'm going to serve you up a plate here. Ripe bananas, avocados, spinach, processed meats and cheeses. You want to look this up online. Unfortunately, have a very high amount of histamine along with beer and red wine. Go figure.
That's all really interesting. I'm sitting here like, whoa, mind blown. Bryce, talk a little bit about some solutions that may be less over the counter that people can kind of gear their solution to instead of just reaching for what's on the store shelves.
Sure. Number one, clean up your diet. Eat like our ancestors ate, the Paleolithic diet. Consider eating foods that are unrefined, lots of grass-finished beef and chicken and fish and berries, some nuts and seeds. That really helps to tame the immune system. Also, consider very select types of probiotics, which you can find over the counter. You want to look at the label for Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Bifidobacterium longum. Those are strains and species to help, by the way, heal that leaky gut. The other thing I want you to consider, which is also over the counter, and this is very particularly a natural remedy-based solution. So clinical practice over 22 years, author of Power Plants. I talked a lot about plant natural solutions. Stimulison, this is an allergy eye relief. So the number one cause of my patients' discomfort is not even the sneezing or nose dripping or itchy back of the throat. It's eyes. You can't see your computer screen or drive. So to relieve this, rather than the harsh chemical over-the-counter stuff, which has a limitation of use, you can use natural remedies. And this contains Similicin, contains eye bright and Sabadilla lily. So these are plants used to actually reduce symptoms, and you can use it as often as you want during the day with no rebound effect. That's the good news.
So a lot of good information from Bryce Wild with navigating allergy season. The thing that I think caught my attention more so than anything he said was the foods that contain high amounts of histamine, and healthy foods rather, raw bananas, avocados, spinach, processed meats and cheeses, and beer and red wine. Some of those things, you think of bananas, avocados, spinach as so healthy for you, but if you're an allergy sufferer, you might want to pay attention to that. So here on Journey Through Parenthood, you can always find us on the WSAZ.com and the WSAZ app. You can just click on that Journey Through Parenthood tab and you can find all the other stories I've done here and sift through them and see stories that may actually catch your attention, that you missed one of our live segments. And of course, you can always find me on social media if you want to reach out there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Journey Through Parenthood's here every Monday and Wednesday at 10 o'clock here on the WSAZ Now Desk. And of course, we hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock on Monday.